Hey Troop 406, this is Ian Cunningham. I'm going to teach you First Class 7C, which is telling 5 signs of a heart attack and how to do CPR. So there are 5 telltale signs that you're having a heart attack. The first one is you're going to have stomach pains. The person's stomach's going to be bloated, and if you push down at all on it, they're going to be crying out in pain. The second one is unusual sweating. If they're sweating down from their pores, you got to make sure, even if they're in a cold place, you got to make sure that they're going to be okay. The third one is nauseous. If they feel like they're going to puke, make sure to roll them over on their side so that when they puke, they don't choke on their own puke. The fourth sign is the shortness of breath. They're hyperventilating. Make sure to make them raise their arms so they extend their lungs so they can control their breathing better. And the final one is a feeling of weakness. If they can barely push up against you, barely punch you, that's a telltale sign that they're feeling weak. And also make sure to help them up when the ambulance comes, if they do have a heart attack. Okay, let's go through how to do CPR. So let's say me and my buddy Mr. Frieden are walking through here and we see an unconscious victim. Oh no! So the first thing we gotta do is make sure to see him safe. I don't see any bears or anything that's gonna come out of the way and try to kill me. So that's good. So we can go and check out the victim. First thing you gotta do is make a check for responsiveness. Hey buddy, are you okay? Are you okay? He's not responding. So that means we gotta go and check for breathing and pulse. How you check for breathing is you can see either the chest rising or you can put your ear up to his chest and you hear him breathing. How to check for pulse is there's this vein on the neck called the jugular, and you put 2 to 3 fingers on the neck and you should be able to feel a little tapping if there's a pulse. So I'm going to check for pulse and breathing. You don't want to do this for more than 10 seconds. And I see that there's no pulse and no breathing. So I go, Mr. Frieden, can you please go and call 911? He has no pulse, he's not breathing. We need an ambulance now.
You got it.
All right, so now that the ambulance is on the way, it's okay to do CPR. You don't want to do CPR without calling 911 because you don't want to be doing CPR for 3 hours and not have an ambulance come because he's not going to make it. So now that 911's on the way, and an ambulance is on the way, it's okay to start doing CPR. So make sure you have a face mask and cover his mouth with it, because when you do compressions, he's going to puke. It's going to happen. You're pressing down on his stomach, it's going to come back up. So what you need to do is 30 compressions and 2 breaths. And how to find where to do the compressions is there's this bone called the xiphoid process right here. You could find it because it's the part in your rib cage where it goes down in the middle. You can feel that, and you want to go hand above it. So I'm going to find the xiphoid process, put my hand here, and I'm going to lay my hands like this, one on top of each other. I'm going to get on my knees, put my shoulders over my hands. I'm going to press down. And you should be able to hear clicking. That clicking is actually good. It's bone cartilage cracking. It's the part that connects the ribs to the sternum in the middle of the rib cage. So you want to go down 2 inches. It sounds like a lot, it is a lot, but you have to do it to get blood flow going. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to go like this, to the beat of Staying Alive. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. After my 30 compressions, I'm going to move to breathing. Make sure that there's a suction around here, around the mouth, so that all the air goes into the airway and not somewhere else. Make sure to tilt the head back so that the airway is open and it's going all the way down to his chest. And then you breathe in for 2 seconds and then regain air in your own lungs for the next 3 seconds. So it's going to look like this. You do 2 breaths and you go back to compressions. And that's how you do CPR, and eventually the EMS will come, and when they come they're probably going to have you keep doing CPR because they need to prepare their stuff, but it's going to be okay if the EMS shows up. That's how you do CPR. And that's it for First Class 7C, how to do CPR and the 5 signs for a heart attack. So now that you've seen this, go up to an older scout and try to get this signed off, and he'll quiz you, but it's how you get it signed off. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.